So I guess this is going to be the podcast, man. I have started this about 12 times already and thought it's shit, and so I just keep re-recording it, and I don't know what to fucking talk about every time. But, it'll be fun, right? So I guess welcome to the Sorry I'm Not Home podcast. This is going to be super weird and awkward for the both of us because it's just me talking. There's nobody for me to banter off of or kind of throw the shit back and forth. It's just me talking like a fucking insane person. So that's fun, right? What do we talk about, man? First of all, you're going to hear Oliver. He's walking around and his toenails make a shitload of noise on the hardwood floors. So sorry about that in advance. God, my memory is shit. I've already forgot what the fuck I was talking about. Let's just start with why the fuck am I making a podcast? Out of anybody. There's a couple reasons. One, I really like the idea of podcasts. It's all I do all day anyway is listen to podcasts and think about them, and I just think that it's a really cool medium because with a lot of people that do have a podcast, they're pretty prevalent on social media, and I think that it really allows you to get to know the person in a sense. It's weird because you know everything about these people through a podcast and they know nothing about you, so it's like a conversation where you don't get to speak. It's fucking weird. But I love it, and I've always wanted to start one just because, I do make videos, but at the same time, while I make videos, I'll take, 12 different cuts of the same fucking thing, trying to get it right. My intro, the It's Fucking Friday thing, I do that at least, I'm going to say at a bare minimum, 6 times, and then when I'm editing, I always use the first take, because I do know what I'm doing, but in my head I'm like, oh, I've got to make this better. There's Oliver, by the way, fucking dropping his toys on the ground and just making all the goddamn noise in the world. But yeah, so when I'm making the videos, it's super weird, and that's why I feel like I can't do it in front of people, because it's awkward, man. It's so fucking awkward to even watch while I'm editing it, so I can't imagine. There's Oliver. I can't imagine, doing it in front of people. I would love to do stand-up comedy and just perform in front of people, but I think that, for one, I'm not quite there yet, and two, I need to work on, in a sense, being confident and flowing, and so I'm hoping that this podcast helps me with kind of my improv skills and being funny on the spot and just kind of thinking shit out, along with one take, man. This is straight one shot mom spaghetti style. I can't go back and do jump cuts in this shit because it'd be weird as fuck to essentially listen to one of my videos that's all jump cuts. So we've made it to the 3-minute mark, and oh my god, I've already run out of things to basically say. It's wild how weird this is. It's essentially a therapy session by myself that nobody else is listening. I guess I hope you guys are listening. Can you hear Oliver fucking breathing into the mic? Thanks, dude. Can you get down? So, I guess on that note, I might as well fucking explain, where the title comes from. Sorry I'm not home. Basically, when I was in school, I was the worst fucking student that could possibly exist. I had this thing in my head that, you don't really know people until you push them to their brink, to their snapping point, because that's when they are truly themselves. And it is a fucked up mentality. But it has some truth to it in a sense. If a person loses their mind, they're gonna speak their truth. It's weird, because I always thought that, actually, I kind of just knew in general that teachers it's an act. They want to teach you, but, they act like perfect humans, I guess, while they're doing their job. I don't know how else to explain it, but I would push these people all the way to their fucking brink. And I would get in trouble every single day. And so what that meant is, for most of the teachers, especially through elementary school and middle school, was they would call my parents. And there is nothing fucking more scary than that in your entire life as a kid. Like, you can be sent to the principal's office, but like, that still is nowhere near as fucking terrifying as it is knowing when you go home that you're gonna have to fucking deal with that, like, and for some goddamn reason, they would always call when, like, my family was having dinner, and we would be sitting there, and I'd hear the phone ring, and I'd just drop, man, like, my stomach would fucking drop, like, I would become scared as shit, knowing that, like, the ass whooping that was coming, or just the verbal beating that I was gonna take for being a piece of shit, like, fully deserved, but, like, the fear, and, like, I feel like for most kids that would have stopped them from, like, acting out the next day, but for some fucking reason in my head, it just kind of amplified it, that it's like, okay, so you ruined my night, so now I'm going to ruin your fucking day, and, like, these teachers don't get paid enough to deal with me, man. So anyway, when they would call home, like, when I knew that they were going to call home, like, they fucking got mad at me in school, and they would tell me, hey, I'm going to call your parents, let them know what you've been doing in school, I would haul ass home. Like, I would sprint to the bus, get to the bus, and then sprint from the bus all the way home to make sure that hopefully I could beat my parents home, and if they called, that I could answer, and I would answer in my best dad voice that I could pull out, and I'd be like, thank you for calling the Wright residence. This is Mr. Wright, and I am sorry we're not home right now. Please leave a message. And I'd fucking audibly do the beep. I don't think one of them bought it, but, like, it essentially caused it that there was no voicemail, man. And that meant I was scot-free. Except for the part where they would call again because they left a message, so they want to make sure that they get a hold of the parent, man. And, oh my god, it was just so fucking scary as a kid, man. And so I just think that's a perfect title for this podcast, because it's essentially me just trying to speak my truth and just be who I am and not get in trouble, So this is super duper weird because I don't really know what else to talk about. But I'm trying to think of things, and I just think that this is going to be fun as a whole. And, like, this definitely is not going to be, like, a fucking hour-long podcast. I'd be literally insane to just talk to myself for an hour long, man. I always thought, like, 20-minute, 30-minute podcasts, those are, like, perfect, because that way, I don't know, it kind of works, like, for normal people who don't, like, drive all day or have a lot of time, that it's, like, 20 minutes, man, like, you can listen to that on your way to work or, like, on your way home, something, in between jobs, in between classes, whatever the fuck you're trying to do. And, like, an hour-long podcast, that has to be, like, broken up, like, between the whole entire fucking week, man. So, I guess, fuck it, let's talk about me a little bit. Like, what do I do, and, like, what am I trying to accomplish? It's weird, man. Like, this is weird, but it's making me happy. Like, I want to be able to create content that, like, people listen to and, like, they think it's, like, a little bit funny, or, like, they think that, I don't know, even if it just distracts them from their shitty lives for, like, 5 minutes at a time. Like, that's what I'm aiming for. Like, I don't want the fucking, like, oh, I want to be famous, I want to be a YouTuber. Like, man, fuck that. That's unenjoyable. Like, I want to use this, I want to use YouTube, I want to use all social media as, like, a stepping stone to something bigger. Like, I just feel like life is too short, man, and, like, you have to chase the dreams that, like, you have, because eventually one day you'll be damn, this is dark, but, like, sitting at your goddamn job and thinking, man, I never even tried at my dreams. Like, I got comfortable and that was it, And so that's not one. Oh, are you licking the mic? Is that what you're doing, Oliver? Thank you, bud. You're the man, but the people don't want to hear you. They don't even want to hear me, man. But yeah, like I was saying, it's like, I don't want to be, like, fuck it, even, like, 40 or 30, like looking back and being like, God damn it, like I didn't get to do the things I wanted to do. Like, it's over now. Because I feel like once you get stuck in something, like, it's not that you can't change, it just, like, becomes harder in a sense. Like, I'm doing this podcast because I want to, and, like, I make the YouTube videos because, like, I want to, not because I have to. Like, I took a really long break, and, like, I don't even have that good of a following. But, like, I appreciate everybody that does watch my videos and just watch my content. Because, like, that shows, like, true support. They're like, yeah, this dude is not fucking famous. This dude ain't shit, you know? But, like, we do like what he does. So, like, we'll support him. We know him. Or something like that, you know? So, in the process of doing these videos, like, I just hit a point where I felt like it was a chore, man. Like, I was scrounging for something to fucking do every week. Like, I would find one, like, and that's the thing, like, a lot of people with their YouTube videos, they script out everything, you know, and I make these 5 to, like, 20-minute videos off of one sentence. Like, that's all I have to go off of, and then I just kind of bullshit it till it comes together. So, like, it's a shitload of footage and bullshit editing with horrible jokes that I have to, like, cut out, you know? So, I think that it got to the point where I didn't even really want to do it because I felt like I was just putting out shitty content, and in my head I knew that I could make better projects. Like, I knew I could do better things, and, like, I am working on things. I am trying to get to a point where I can start expanding, and I think this is, like, one of the first steps. Like, whether this, I don't think I can even get it on fucking iTunes yet. We'll see. Like, hopefully that's a goal. iTunes and Spotify, but we'll start somewhere like YouTube and SoundCloud. But yeah, like, with everything, like, with the content, it's the goal to, like, build something great, you know, whether that's a brand or a series or TV or stand-up, just something, like, keep stepping. Because, like, I really feel like in my life, like, I don't want to be the best at anything. I just want to be good at everything I do, you know, so, like, I function, you know, and I don't know, man. Like, I think that this is cool because I have no fucking idea what I'm doing, but it's been fun so far, you know, and I think it'll help me with social, like, cues. I think it'll help me expand on the things that I do. I think it'll let me vent and just kind of work out bits for, like, videos or whatever. It's just going to be a process. So, like, I hope this is the shittiest episode I put out. So what do we move on to, man? Like, what do we talk about now? Like, got another 5-10 minutes to kill. So, right now, currently, I work at a dealership and I deliver parts, right? And it's kind of a cool gig. Like, I dig it because, for the most part, I just drive around town all day and deliver shit. So that gives me a lot of free time to just think or, like, listen to podcasts or listen to, like, Netflix shows, like, whatever is going on. But at the same time, like, it sucks because it's not ideally what I want to do, you know, and it's kind of just one of those paths that I fell into that pays the bills, and it works for now, you know, and I think my favorite part about the job, though, is that we fuck with each other. Like, everybody in my department has a sense of humor that we can just fuck with each other. There's no other way to explain it. It's like little pranks here, talking shit there, like, just everything adds up. And, like, one of my favorite fucking things, it's like, we do this thing, and it's where you take the packing tape that's, like, clear, and you put it on a door frame, like, right at your eye level. And it's the funniest fucking thing in the world because, like, you have to put it unsuspectingly. So, like, whether it's on the door to enter, like, our department or, like, coming out of the bathroom. And if, like, you're not paying attention, you'll walk out and just get tape wrapped around your head, essentially. And it sounds really fucked up as I'm explaining it, but it's so funny. Like, it's just pure, I guess, is the best way to put it. Like, there's no setup, there's no nothing. Like, it's just the entertainment of, like, somebody getting got, them knowing they got, and nobody got hurt, you know? And, like, I was on a fucking roll for, like, 2 years, man. I never got taped. Every doorway, like I became so like conscious of walking through every doorway in my life. Like I would look up and I'd look down and then I would go through a doorway. And like I guess it caused trauma, but like I finally got the other day. My homie at work, like he was explaining that he'd never got, and he'd been there for like 6 fucking years, dude, and nobody had got him. So I like made it my personal goal to make sure he got taped, and I put tape on every fucking aisle, in every doorway, and everything, like where there wouldn't be customers, don't worry, but like where he would walk, making sure that I would get him that day. Like way too much fucking time. I don't know why I get paid for this fucking job. I fuck around mostly. Also, if you haven't noticed yet, I have no fucking train of thought. It's just rabbit holes, and it's nonstop. Like, I will lose traction of every fucking story I ever start. So hopefully we finish this one. So me and the homie, right, we're trying to get each other all day, and I got my fucking self, man. That's how I got. For the first time in 2 years, I forgot where I put the fucking tape. Like, I put it in my boss's office. And I knew that he was going to go in there, like the other homie at work. And he walked in and he saw it the last second and he ducked. And he missed it. And I was like, God fucking damn it. And I left it up there. And I forgot that I put it there. So I was helping a customer, right? And I go to make a copy after I help this customer. And I turn to walk into the boss's office. And I fucking nail the tape, dude. To the point that my glasses get stuck on the tape. And I fucking almost fall to the ground, and I'm confused because I taped it on so hard that it didn't even break away from the wall. Like, it hit me, and I was like, what the fuck was that, man? Like, I can't even... And then I realized, I was like, oh, shit. It was the tape, and it was my tape. God damn it. And in the process of me and this dude laughing at this, because it was hilarious, he started walking down the aisle to go get something, and he walked directly into the fucking tape that I put, and it was the funniest fucking moment because we both got like simultaneously, and then at another point he fucking got me because how the fuck did he do this? He put the tape on the door, right? So I got twice in a goddamn day, man. Like, that's a hit to the ego. I was walking in, and he put a rag on the fucking ground. So I looked at the rag because that was just out of place. And I was like, the fuck? And while I was looking down, still walking forward to go grab the rag, I nailed it. I fucking nailed it right in the face, and it wrapped around the back of my head, like across my eyes. And it was so fucking funny, man. Like, I could not breathe. We were dying laughing because it was twice, man, in one fucking day. So... yeah, sometimes you get got. Like, if you keep fucking around, eventually somebody's gonna get you, right? Hi, sweetie. Yep, Oliver. Nobody wants to hear you talk. I guess with that, I'll end this first podcast, man. This was kind of fun. I like this. And I hope that I get better and more confident and I can focus, because this is odd. Like, above all, this is fucking odd. But I love it. So, I guess... if you did like this, figure out a way to share it. Post it on your story on Instagram, on Snapchat. Link me. Follow me on social media at Jake's Pimpin'. And I'll see you guys next time. This was super fun. Bye.